Hey guys, we're back down in the shop again today. This is a different part of the shop, but it is a shop, different section. But we're going to be cutting these metal tubes, and these are going to be ultimately going to be the arms, the pedal arms. But we need to cut them to length. So what I've done is I've changed out the blade in this saw. I'm not sure if this is going to work, so if catastrophe happens, you know, we'll stop immediately and we'll figure something else out. But I've changed the blade to a much finer tooth blade, and we'll see how this cuts. I'm hoping it's going to work, but let's give it a shot. Well, that wasn't too bad. It's a terrible cut, though. I'll definitely have to clean that up. This really isn't the right blade to be doing this. So I think what we'll have to do is we'll have to get a maybe a masonry blade or something like that. I have a masonry blade, but it's not the right size. The shaft doesn't fit the saw. So we'll have to get a different type of a blade, a metal cutting blade specifically for this job. So. This was okay, but we'll have to clean this up. So let's take these into the. Well, I'm going to cut a few more pieces, and then we'll take them into the to the other side, into the other shop, so we can use the milling machine. All right, so that kind of didn't work out the way we planned. That blade really isn't designed to cut metal in the first place, and I thought I'd give it a shot. Didn't work out, so. I used the bandsaw instead. The bandsaw is really there to cut the metal, but, you know, cutting these takes a little bit longer. I thought it was going to take longer than it did, but the bandsaw worked out pretty well. So we're going to use that from now on and not be stupid about cutting metal. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. These are going to be for the pedals. Okay, you're going to put your foot on this, and it's going to be the bar. The spring is going to be out here, and you're going to push, and it's going to compress the spring, and all that good stuff. But first we need to get these to the exact size. Now, these need to be 10 inches long, okay? Right now they're 10 1/4 because I cut them long on purpose so that we could get these ends nice and flat. So what we're going to do is we're going to put them in the vise here. We're going to use the end mill to shave off the ends until we get down to 10 inches. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to shave off one end, get it nice and flat, shave off the other end, get it nice and flat, you know, just flip it over, shave it off. And then I'm going to get a mechanical, well, I guess we won't do that right off the beginning, and we'll just keep measuring, make sure we get to 10 inches. That's not a big deal. But the mechanical stop, I wanted to mention that real quick. The mechanical stop that we're going to be using is there for a reason, okay? When you're doing multiple pieces at a time, you know, you've got certain holes you need to cut, and they're all a specific distance or whatever. If you've got the same pattern and you're doing multiples, you know, all at once, what you do is you just set it in the vise, get yourself trammed up, get your distances, and set your zero, and you know, get it right where you want it, and then set your mechanical stop right up at the butt end of the piece. All right. So when the piece is finished, all you have to do is take it out, put the new one in, butt it up against that mechanical stop, do your work, take it out, put the new one in, butt it up against the stop, do your work. You know, it's much easier than putting it in, making sure it's centered again, measuring up this, doing this, and making sure you've got your everything zero again and all that good stuff for each piece. So it's just a lot easier to use a mechanical stop for that. So what we're going to do is just going to shave off the ends, make sure they're 10 inches long exactly, and then we're going to start putting our holes. All right, so I've got you nice and close here so you can see what exactly is going on. I'm just going to shave off this side, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it over, and we're going to shave off the other side. Okay, you probably can't make that out on camera, but the end of it has a really nice finish now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some measurements and get this down to exactly the length that we needed. I think it's 10 inches. I might go even shorter than that on the final piece. We'll have to see. 10 inches is really long for what we need it for, so we might go even shorter than that to either 9 inches or 8.5. We'll see when we put the final piece together. But all right, let's get this down to at least 10 inches, and we'll go from there. And I don't think that's going to be enough, but we'll measure just in case. So let's see what we got. Oh man, we're almost right on the money. I'm going to take a 5/1000 cut, and then we're going to call it a day. And there we are, right on the money, 10 inches exactly. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to clean this up a little bit, and then get all the burrs off of it and everything. And then we're going to set this up to, well, actually we're going to cut the other two so that'll be three pieces. And that's going to give us 3 pedal arms, which is one complete set of pedals. And I wanted to go ahead and do all 3 just to get them out of the way. Plus, I wanted to make sure that when I set up my mechanical stop, I've got enough work pieces to warrant that stop. So, all right, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to cut the other 2 pieces, and then we're going to set up to start drilling the holes for the pedal arms. Okay, so as you can see, I've cut these all to the same length. These are all now 10 inches long. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to set them up in the vise to do all the holes. Now these holes are at very specific intervals on at a specific side of the pedal arm, so that the spring that this presses against can have an adjustment. Now you can set the spring to have either lighter tension or harder tension depending on which hole you choose. You can you'll be able to take the bolt out, move it down a notch, put it back in and tighten it back up, and you should be good to go. And I'll explain all that later on when we start to do the later build videos. But yeah, let's go ahead and set these up so we can drill these holes. Okay, so we've got this thing set up in the vise, and as you can see, or maybe you can't see, I don't know. Yeah, you can see it on film. Okay, I've got my mechanical stop set up, so all I have to do is when I'm done doing this particular piece, take it out, put it up against the stop, tighten it down, we're good to go. So we're going to do all 3 pieces before we stop this. I need to get all 3 done. You really only need one to do one particular pedal to show you, but I'm going to do all 3 just for the sake of getting them all done at the same time. So, all right, let's go ahead and let's drill some holes. Okay, the first hole should be right there. Gonna bring it down a little bit so we can reach it. Now all I'm going to do is I've just got the center drill bit in there, so all I'm going to do is make center drills for all these holes. And then I'm going to come back and redo them all with the regular drill bit. I'm using the center drill because I want to be able to have a nice clean dimple in there, so the drill bit will follow it. So, all right. And that's it for those. Now we're going to come down and do the last hole in the center here. Alright, so now all these center holes, or center drill bits, center drill holes, I don't know what you'd call them, but they've all been drilled. So now we're going to go back and we're going to go change out the bit to the 1/4 inch drill bit, and we're going to drill straight through. Now I'm going to drill all the way through to the other side. Just make sure we're not going to interfere with the parallel down below. Alright, now we've got all these holes drilled, and really all we need to do is just change out the bit to the center drill bit, and then change the piece out, and we'll go through the same process. But I'm not going to show you all 3 pieces because that would take way too long. This video is already long enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this off camera, and then we're going to set up for a different setup. We have to mill a slot in the other side of this. In this side, it has to be a slot right down where these holes have been drilled, so that the ball joint, or I don't know what it's called. I think it's called a ball joint. But here, let me grab it so you can see what it is. It's this little guy right here. So what's going to happen is there's going to be a 1/4 inch rod that's going to attach to this, and it's going to go in that slot and attach to the hole just like this. So you're going to be able to change tension just by moving the position of this joint. So, yep. All right. So let me go ahead and get all the rest of these done, and then we'll set up to do the milling. All right. So I forgot that the hole down at the bottom here, the hole that controls the pivot down at the bottom of the pedals, is not a 1/4 inch hole. It is actually a bigger hole than that to hold a nylon bushing that's going to fit in that hole. and it needs to be a certain size, and I didn't have the right size. I thought it was 1/4 inch, but it's not. It's a bigger hole than that. So we're going to go ahead and drill all 3 again on just this hole, and then we'll test fit the nylon bushing to see if it actually fits the way it's supposed to. I don't think it's going to fit perfectly. It's probably just going to be a press fit, which is fine. It doesn't need to be exactly loose. It just has to float on that bushing. So we'll see how it goes. All right, let's test this fit. Oh yeah, I'm really liking that. Such a good fit. Such a good fit. All right, perfect. It's even a slight press fit in there. Wow, I really like that. Okay, let's do the rest of these. Okay, so now we've got all these cut to the correct size. So let's go ahead and set the milling machine up so we can mill the slot so that the ball joint can fit right in there. Okay, we're set up to do this milling operation. What we're going to do is I'm first going to drill a pilot hole, or a starter, use a starter drill bit to guide the 3/8 drill bit. I'm going to drill a 3/8 hole, and then I'm going to take my 3/8 end mill and make the slot all the way down to where we need to go. And I'm going to do that on every single piece. So I've got it directly centered from, between these 2 ends, and I'm ready to go. So let's go ahead and drill the pilot hole, or center drill. All right, now I'm going to bring it up, and I'm going to drill the 3/8 hole. Now this doesn't need to go all the way through, so we're not going to drill it all the way through this piece. It's only going to be this one side, so. And we're through. Okay, slot needs to be 2.5 inches long. All right, we've gone 1 inch so far. Need to go another 1.5 inches. All right, that's 2 full inches. Let me just verify. Yep. Another 1/2 inch and we're good to go. And that's it. And we're back at our starting location again. So what we can do is we can switch this bit out for the centering drill bit and put another piece in, and go ahead and do the same operation for the other 2. Alright guys, we're just about finished here. There's still some things that we have to do to these pedal arms, but for the most part they're pretty much finished. There's no way at the moment for me to attach the faceplate where you're going to put your foot and press on. There's no way for me to attach it just yet. So that's one other thing that I have to do, and that's not incorporated into the design yet. So I have to get on my CAD system upstairs and get to work on that. But that's not a big deal. I've already got it plotted out in my head, and it's going to be easy to implement. So yeah, these are completed. I just wanted to show you guys what they look like so far, anyway. And there's one other thing I wanted to show you real quick. And this is just a sneak preview, okay? I didn't show the construction of this because there are certain things that need to remain a secret within the company. And that is crucial for me to remain competitive. All right? I just want to get that out of the way. But I'm just going to give you a really short preview here, and this is it. We've got it almost all together. We've got both sides, and like I said, I didn't show you the build of this, but I did it for a reason, and you know, I have to keep some things a secret, and you know, I apologize for that. I really wanted to show you absolutely everything, but you know, we had some discussions, and we decided that there were just certain things that for the safety of our business, we just need to keep them secret. So you'll get to see a lot more of this later on, guys, I promise. But I just wanted to show you that we're getting there. We really are. It's getting closer and closer every day. So there's a lot more work left to be done. But I just wanted to give you sort of an advanced preview of what these are going to look like. All right, guys. We'll see you next time.